What the heck is that thing? Well, I got everything set up. After a long conversation with our local dealer our local case dealer, they do Trimble stuff. Because I did not buy this from them, I bought this from a company called Ag2Go, which they were really good with me. And like he said, this had nothing to do with them. This is a Trimble thing. He said Trimble's instructions are never that great, but I got it all set up, so now I get to go essentially drive in circles. I got the Massey 2956A baler on behind me. Not that that matters, because this has nothing to do with that. Because mainly what this is going to be for is our sprayer, because the one that is in the auto steer that the 2590 has, that's hooked to the Outback, would not work for spraying because there's no paint on it, which is the coloring on the monitor. There's no paint with that, so you can't tell where you have and have not been. And I mean, that would be alright if we had a foamer on our sprayer, but our foamer does not have our sprayer does not have a foamer, and we do not want to put a foamer on our sprayer. We had one on there and back in the day before we bought this 750 here, and there's a reason we bought that, because nobody likes foamers. They break and they're pieces of crap. Yeah, everybody you ever talk to pretty much hates a foamer. They're cheap, but after you go through enough of them, you can pay for this easily. So we just switched to GPS. It works just as good, and then we can use it for everything else we have. Where the foamer, you know, it's only good for the sprayer, and now we have actual auto steer for this. I'd like to actually switch this over to the Easy Pilot system, which removes the steering wheel and replaces that, and get like a couple of the 500s, the Easy Guide 500s or 250s, I don't care which, and hook them up to these Easy Steers. Put one in like our MX 180, because that wouldn't be used for as much because it's our loader tractor, our main loader tractor, and put one of those in just any other tractor we get, like if we ever get our other 2590 going. And then this is our main workhorse of a tractor, put our Easy Pilot in it. So I'm going to run through this calibration stuff here. Aggressiveness, let's keep it there. Device number, okay, auto steer setup, aggressiveness. I want to keep it at 100. Before you begin using the display, you must calibrate the system. Okay. Oh, because my GLONASS wasn't all the way up there. So, now that my GLONASS is all the way up, okay. Yes, it is one of those. Wheelbase. So, I need to take some measurements here real quick. So, I'll see you guys in a minute. So apparently my phone just ran out of storage, and I just had to clear some stuff up. But like I was saying, I did make it work. I took it out back and played with it a little, got it to work. So I took it down to the hayfield. If I'd have room, I could run it. I ran it. It's pretty darn accurate. Spraying it like I would be spraying, set up exactly for the sprayer. At 7 miles an hour, I was getting about 3 inches. It was about the far. I think I got 4 inches off. The farthest I got off was 4 inches. So that's pretty good. But yeah, so I guess. The reason you guys haven't had a lot of videos is my phone crashed. And that removed everything. What I had from finishing up wheat harvest and combining peas and all kinds of stuff. So I wasn't very happy, but it is what it is, I guess. And for those of you who don't know much about the Easy Steer system, this is a foam wheel right here. These are replaceable. I don't know exactly how to replace them, but I know they're replaceable. And then it runs, this guy right here is the actual motor. If I pull this pin right here, it firms against the steering wheel, and that just runs back and forth along the steering wheel all day, just like my arm would. You know, my arm would run like this. Instead, this just runs like this. As you can see, it's actually capable of turning it, yes. And then this little guy right here, I have him mounted right there. That is the T2 controller, that is the terrain sensing, and that is what controls the whole deal. And then this, obviously, you guys know what this is. You have seen this before. This is the Trimble FM. Okay, this is the Case IH branded Trimble. It's Case IH branded, so it's FM 750, and that's what it would be with New Holland branded too. It's Case, Trimble, and New Holland all kind of partnered up and built stuff. But if it was Trimble, it would say CFX 750. If I turn the steering wheel here, you can see this is spring loaded. So if I just do this, it'll actually bounce across my hand. Now when I'm not using it, I can just walk it out of the way, and then my knuckles might hit, and if I want to change that, I can just swing it out if I'm going down the road a lot. But it's actually pretty simple. Really simple system. Pretty good bang for your buck. I'll put a link in the description to their website, but if you guys haven't already, go ahead and check out Ag2Go. They got all things Trimble. They got all kinds of Trimble stuff. It's actually where I bought this system from. And like I said, the issues I was having was nothing to do with them. It's just something that everybody kind of goes through. The instructions aren't the greatest, but if you call pretty much anybody, they'll tell you it's just easy peasy, and they'll tell you what to do, and it's simple. But my instructions weren't telling me. All I had to do was there's a deal that runs from the battery to this, and another cord that runs from that to the Trimble. All I had to do was unplug that from the Trimble, plug it into this guy for the T2, and then that split off and plugged into the one that goes in there. As simple as that. You do have to have a vehicle specific bracket. This is the bracket for the 7130 Magnum. And that's something that kind of sucks, is you have to have a bracket for every vehicle, but it's still better than the Outback, where you would have to have the entire kit, because you have to have hoses made. I mean, you can take measurements and get the hoses. You have to drill holes in the frame. Wasn't too big of a fan of that, but I know I'm pretty happy with what we've done with that system. We've just kind of, moved on. Now, there are newer systems from Outback, which uses the onboard hydraulics that you would with the system we have, which is a Outback S light bar with a Easy Drive TC. But if you use, say, the Rebel with an E-Drive XD, it would hook into the same hydraulics. It's just a more accurate system. Those are more accurate than this. This is an old system. I know this is an old system, but you know what? It's going to work perfect for our operation. We don't need Auto Track from John Deere or Auto Guide from Case. We don't need any of that yet. Eventually, would I like to have it? Yeah. I mean, you'd have to be stupid if you did. But for now, this... Well, hello guys. It's been a while since you've seen anything from me. One, I recorded a bunch of stuff. I had like 2-3 months worth of footage recorded, and my phone decided to do some crappy stuff and delete it all. We have this thing now. I have no clue what it is or what it does, but it seems to be automatically turning the steering wheel. And for some reason it says easy steer on the side of it. And it made the arrow change colors on my... Oh, that's auto steer. I never would have guessed that. Sorry. We're out here. We bought another side roll. And we got a little piece right here. And I am running a Miller offset disc built just down the road in Stratton, Nebraska, like 12 miles away from us. And I'm disking this up. We're gonna drill some alfalfa in here this weekend. We just went and bought a new drill. Well, not a new drill, but new to us. It is a International 510. It's a 13 foot. It'll work really good for doing alfalfa, but this is actually the first I've actually used the Easy Steer in the field. I put it in here and I got it all set up. I calibrated and everything, and then Dad went and he sprayed with it. So I have not actually even really technically used this, doing anything other than just going out and playing with it and calibrating it. That's all I've actually done with this. So this is pretty exciting, getting to use it. Initial thoughts, it's better than the Outback system. Nothing wrong with the Outback system at all. That's just an older system. It's a cheaper system. I mean, it got us by it, worked for what it needed to do, and holy cow, this is rough. We ripped this the other day, and I'm sealing up the ripper tracks right now, and then I'm going to go through and I'm going to disc it in, try and level some of this off and get it nice and smooth, and then we'll come through and we'll spray some stuff, and that's all got to be worked in, some FTM and a bunch of other stuff. That all has to be worked in, and then we'll go, we got a harrow, and we'll harrow this all, make it nice, we'll harrow it twice, make a nice firm, ooh, I can't talk, make a nice firm seed bed for this alfalfa, and then we'll come through and we'll drill the alfalfa in. So we're planning on doing that. Today is Saturday, we're planning on doing that, most of that stuff tomorrow. Right, I'm on my line, turn down or steer off, and there she goes. Pretty nice system. Is it an old system? Yeah, I knew that when I bought it, that it wasn't a new system, but it's working plenty fine for us. It's on a really steep hill now, and it's actually handling it pretty decent. If you ask me, this is really steep hill. I mean, it's gonna gap because the disc's gonna drift, and it's not accounting for that disc drifting. It's just accounting for the tractor drifting, but I can go back through and I can fix that little piece. I think this is going to be a really good system. It's going to get us a long ways. I think it'll get us by for quite a long time. You guys are probably tired of hearing me talk, so I'll let you go here. It's a little dark this evening. It's like quarter till 10-ish. I got the Alice Chalmers 185 here, and I got the International 510 drill on the back that we just bought. New to us. It's actually fairly new. It has not covered that many acres. I believe this is a 1975 model. It was a 71 or a 75, I don't remember off the top of my head. But it hasn't covered a lot of acres. A lot of it's still original parts. I am seeding alfalfa at the moment. Dad's over there in the MX running a harrow in front of me to create a firm seed bed for this alfalfa, and I am seeding it. I got some nice LED lights on here, and Dad has one of the halogens. The halogens quit working on this tractor, and we never fixed them because we hardly ever ran this thing after dark. And then I broke a chain earlier this evening, and we got the chain fixed, and it started getting dark. Well, it was dark by the time we found a chain, because it's a 2050 chain, and most everything we have has a 60 or a 68 on it. Got over here, threw the chain on it. It was dark, so a hired man and I threw some lights on it real quick. About 50 minutes worth of wiring. Then we'll put a light bar on the front and 2 LED lights on the back. Looks really nice, actually. I guess. Let's have some fun drilling alfalfa.